Hello, today I'm going to be giving you a quick overview of the basic operations of the smart classroom equipment. They will vary slightly from room to room, but most of the controls will stay the same exact from room to room. Okay, this basic control panel will stay the same across almost every classroom in the district. And most of the controls will stay the same too, and they're all programmed behind it so that the controls stay pretty much the same. We're going to start out by just showing you the different buttons. Up in the upper left you have the display on-off, which will turn on the projector. Below that you'll have a volume knob, which will adjust the volume. We have some basic controls for the projector I'll get more into in a minute. This section here will select which input goes to the projector, and this section here will control either the DVD or DVD VCR or the Blu-ray, depending on which model room you have. So we'll start out by pressing the on button. Now while the on button's flashing, you cannot change the inputs. The system is locked, basically during warm-up of the projector. There's nothing we can do about it. It's a function of the projector. Some rooms will take 30 seconds, some rooms will take 2 minutes, depending on the model of the projector. This is usually a good time for you to go ahead and open up your window on the computer and get your presentation ready to go or whatever. Or you can just do it when you first walk in the room. So we're going to start by selecting the PC, which selects the built-in PC in the podium. And in the front, there's a tray. Sometimes you have to press here. There's usually a keyboard and mouse. And then there's usually a wireless mouse too, either on the desktop or in the tray. It's a good idea to, I'll just go ahead and remind you now because I'll remind you later, to put the mouse back on the cradle when you're not using it. That's what keeps the batteries charged. When you select PC, it selects the internal PC and routes both the audio and the visual to the projector and to the sound system. We have inputs for laptop. Well, up here on the top of the podium is a little cable cubby, and sticking out of it's usually several different types of cables. If you select laptop, you can use either the old school HDMI VGA connectors, or there's the newer models have a HDMI, and there'll usually be an HDMI button up here for the HDMI connection. Your newer laptops, you might have to have an adapter to go to one of these connectors. That's your responsibility. We cannot supply them for every make and model laptop out there for everybody in the district. Also up here you'll have audio that you can plug into the headphone jack on a laptop or a network jack. And by the way, this isn't just for laptops. A lot of tablets and smartphones these days have the capability to be able to plug in, and you can actually do presentations or mirror the image on your tablet up to the projector and show it to the class. There's a little bit of software that needs to be done in some rooms, and depending on the model of what tablet you're using, but that basically, it's pretty easy to do. If you have any questions about that, go ahead and give the AV shop a call and we might be able to walk you through it. The next input over here is the doc cam. Over in the drawer here, there is a document camera, which kind of takes the place of the old school overhead. Right now, the button on it is red. On the side of it, you want to press and hold the button for about 2 seconds and release, and it'll start flashing. While it's flashing, the doc cam is booting. When it gets completely done, it will turn green. To select the doc cam, you just press the doc cam button on top. And the image should show up of what's on your doc cam, both on your monitor in front of you and up on the projector for the class. The arms are adjustable so that you can have a basic zoom in or zoom out on the object, or closer to read text on a piece of paper. These newer ones like this have an autofocus. So all you have to do is hit autofocus, and the document camera will go ahead and focus for you. They also, a lot of them have a light built into the head. And there's usually a button right on here that says lamp, that when you hit lamp, it'll turn on a little LED lamps to light it. Some of the older school ones don't have an autofocus. And there's a little focus knob on the head right here that you'll need to focus it. And you know, it takes a little getting used to placing the paper or whatever object you want to show in the right position so that the students can use it. But it doesn't take too long and you get pretty used to it. There's a couple other little features on it too. It does have an electronic zoom in and zoom out. And it also has a button over here called freeze, which basically will take like a picture of the image and leave that picture showing to the staff or to the students. So that way you could like take a picture of it and go ahead and get something else ready while you're still talking about it, and then just hit it again and it'll go back to live motion. The last input up here, depending on which room, will either be Blu-ray, or the older rooms will have a DVD and a VCR. And down inside the rack here, we have basically the switch unit, which you shouldn't have to press any buttons on the front. Then there'll be the Blu-ray DVD player, Blu-ray or DVD VCR. This room's got a Blu-ray, and all you have to do is press power on the front. It'll power up, and then there's a button to open and close the tray. And then also down here is the PC for the room, and it'll have CD player and USB jacks and all the rest of the normal PC stuff. This is the power switch for the whole rack. Please do not turn it off. We are able to do maintenance remotely on it. When you turn it off, I can't do maintenance remotely or work on it. So coming back up top, once you place your DVD or Blu-ray into the disc, into the player, you don't have to mess with the controls on the front. Up here, we have the controls basically outlined for you. There's title and menu, where you can go into the menu for the disc, and then up, down, left, right, where you can select select the icons on the screen. And then there's also play, stop, pause, chapter forward, chapter back. Unfortunately, we can't do fast forward and rewind. There's not enough control buttons to do it. Once you hit play and get it going, same thing as the other inputs, you're able to adjust the volume up and down with the knob over here. Couple of quick things. Up here on the top, there's this button that says Pick Mute. What Pick Mute does is if you want to, don't want to show what's on your PC or what you're doing to the students, but you want to like arrange your desktop and get it ready for your demonstration, if you hit Pick Mute, the projector will go black and sound will turn off. And when you hit Pick Mute, it will flash the rude red light. Couple things about Pick Mute. The projector's still on. You're still burning lamp time. So if you are going to wait like a half hour or 45 minutes, go ahead and turn the projector off. Bulbs are kind of expensive. The newer projectors don't have them, so we're not so worried about it. And then some of the rooms actually have some programming in it to where if you leave it on Pick Mute too long, the projector may shut itself off. Next button down is CC, or closed captioning. Closed captioning will bring up the closed caption menu off the Blu-ray and DVD. It will not do videos off the internet for the most part. That you would have to do through the software on the PC. And then the last button down here at the bottom is Auto Image. What Auto Image does is when you first hook up your laptop, it will communicate with the projector and the video switch in the podium and try to determine the best resolution to get a proper image. If for some reason it's not displaying right, it looks garbled or it's off-centered. Sometimes if you hit Auto Image, the light will come on and flash for 30 seconds. Auto Image basically tells the projector and the video switch, go ahead and talk with the input and see if we can't get the signal to its optimum. It's kind of like a handshake. It just communicates back and forth and tries to get the video optimized for the projector. And that's basically the basic functions of the smart classrooms. There is one more thing. When you go to turn it off, the projectors have a cool down cycle. When you hit off, it will take 2 minutes for it to cool down and the fan will continue to run. Once again, the off button will flash. You cannot turn it back on. You cannot change any inputs while that is going on. Some of the older projectors may take 5 minutes to do their complete cool down cycle if they've been used for a while. So just keep in mind, if you're going to turn it on and turn it back off, you probably just could hit pick mute and leave it on. That's the basic coverage of the smart classrooms. If you have any questions, go ahead and give us a call down at the AV shop, and we'll be glad to arrange some time with you and maybe give you a one-on-one demonstration or answer any questions you have.